Island Superior Inspections here. I want to talk to you today about a little occurrence called oxide jacking. So, my father and I, we both worked together whenever I was 16 in doing concrete structures. So concrete is something that's very familiar to me and our team, and something that I still really love is building concrete forms and doing concrete work. One of the essential parts of concrete is the steel reinforcement. So whenever steel oxidizes or rusts, there is expansion, and that expansion, whenever it's locked into a pressurized state like within concrete, that expansion causes cracking and separation of the concrete within, due to what is known as oxide jacking. So this is a very simple and small example of that. This is a front porch slab. So this is the most ideal place to see this issue, because at least this slab is not a part of the foundation. So if this slab cracks, typically we have less of a chance that this is going to affect the home's foundation and the home slab in any way. So we have our steel mesh. So this isn't a piece of rebar. This is a part of a steel grid work that works to create a web that strengthens the slab through lateral and longitudinal tension forces. So this one just got too close to the surface of the concrete. Whenever it comes too close to the surface of the concrete, this is another one of those items that we're going to make sure doesn't happen during your pre-drywall inspection. Or actually pre-slab, sorry. So pre-slab inspection, these are one of the items we're going to make sure isn't going to happen to you down the road. Checking to make sure that steel is within the appropriate depths that it's supposed to be, so you don't end up with popping. So here, the steel is too close to the surface of the concrete, which allows that moderate amount of moisture that does soak in to the concrete, because this is stone, and stone will soak in to a degree some moisture. So since this one was too close to the surface, we already see the moderate effects of oxide jacking. So the steel started to rust. That rust creates expansion, and as you see, it starts to pop the concrete loose. Now that will continue to expand and rust and create more concrete popping, larger cracks, if it's not dealt with, which is simply to, for a repair like this, is just going to be to grind the steel and then encapsulate it back in concrete, or to remove this piece since it's so close to the surface anyway, and then just put concrete back over it. That loss of that one short section of wire grid is not going to greatly affect this slab too much. So oxide jacking, the simple action of steel reinforcement within concrete expanding and jacking the concrete apart, creating separations and large cracks. So pay attention to any areas where your concrete work shows steel showing through. You start to see rust. Get it taken care of sooner rather than later. That way you don't end up with a larger crack and more damaged concrete than you need to have.